Hey tribe, we've been getting it in today with all of the subjects we have covered. So there's no stopping us now. We are on a mission, right? So we're going to continue with the next subject for tonight without further delay. We are now stepping into the next subject with the University Aligned Misfits. Again, tribe, welcome to my channel. This is I'm about to say the Hard Knock Life of Tarot. That's my other channel. This is the University Aligned Misfits, where we hear, grow, learn, and build through spirituality, through our different belief systems, magic, and other sources that the divine provide for us. So with that being said, let's tap into our next session, our next subject, which is womb care, sacred woman. So, and this is by Queen Afua, a guide to healing the feminine body, mind, and spirit. Let's tap into this energy. Guys, I have gotten kind of hot. So give me 1 second. Whew. We working our butts off getting these knowledge informational videos out. I've been telling the collective this for a couple months, that I was going to make this channel and provide free based knowledge collectively to individuals who are willing to learn, who wants to know more about spirituality, about health, holistic care, about clearing and obtaining balance in your chakras, crystal healing. I also provide knowledge dealing with different cultures such as Asian, Polynesian, Korean, and so much forth. We also cover mythology and Nordic rune aspects of spirituality. Okay, so with that being said, let's go ahead and tap into our womb care, health, energy. I also provide health tips, goals, and weight loss, or if you need to gain weight, meal plans for you guys as well. Okay, so with that being said, I am a conglomerate organization that provide spiritual advising, mentoring, trauma coaching, life coach, business consultant, art therapy, and the exorcism of breaking spells is the correct term. So I do expose negative energies as well. Those are just many things that I do. And I'm just here to guide you, to teach you. You teach me along this journey we call life. So with that being said, let's tap into this energy. And we are now reading from the Sacred Woman, Chapter 5, The Commitment for all women who enter the 9 gateways. From the ancient African voice of Nebhet, I, Nebhet, as a sacred guardian and midwife, shall be with you as a guide through all the gateways of sacredness. I, Nebhet, am the divine principle, Neturu, of the Lady of the house of the body temple, and the home in which the body temple resides. I, Nebhet, am also Lady of Heaven, and like my yacht, I bring forth truth, balance, justice. I am synonymous with order within and without. It was I, Nebhet, who worked with my sister Isis, who reunited the scattered pieces of the first martyred savior, Osiris. I revived Asar with the spirit of breath. I helped Asar to reconstitute Asar's organ by regeneration, which caused Heru, Horus, the warrior son, to be immaculately conceived and born. Immaculately conceived and born. Nebhet teach African women and men the divine art of cooperation, not competition, which is indispensable for the rebirth of our Mayan civilization. In the right hand, I hold the Ankh, the symbol for life. I raise my left hand with its plant palm facing you to represent the healing presence that I, through the Mayat High, will radiate across the land. My raised left hand will also block negativity and prevent it from poisoning the righteous ones. On my head I wear a crown of Nebhet, the divine house in which I live in consciousness, and my room of meditation is the Mayat feather I carry, so that peace, harmony, and balance will always follow me. At the top of my divine temple is a bowl of water. This represents complete healing of the body, temple through purification of the body, mind, and soul, all of which I grant to you, beautiful representative of the Creator. My natural Nubian locks crown my head to keep my spirit in tune with the Nectar, the Most High Creator who dwells within each and every one of us, providing guidance, protection, and illumination. My healing spirit shall always be with you, just as the spirits of the elders, ancestors, and other spiritual guardians are always with you to guide you through the 9 gateways of sacredness. Their presence wards off any fear or apprehension that might block you from your ascension. We are the gatekeepers who represent the Most High within you. We will guide you to your destiny. And this is Entering the Gateway, Divine Feminines. Welcome. Whew, guys, give me 1 second. I have to go get my fan. I am burning up. All right, my gods and goddesses of Planet Kai. Let's get back to the messages. All right. Had to cool off for a second. I got hot up in here for a minute. Hey, energy, something real, but let's get to it. Your spiritual guardians speak. Blessed to the journey you have taken through Gateway 0, the Sacred Womb Circle. It is the foundational training that has prepared you to enter the high spiritual initiation of the 9 gateways of the sacred women, with the spiritual guidance of Meshnet, Asid, Nebhet, and Unt, Iris. You have arrived at the entrance to the 9 gateways. As you proceed, you will receive sacred tools along the way that will empower you to do great works, to awaken the divine healer in you, to anoint you into your sacredness, and to liberate your sacred woman spirit. The Neturu, guardians of the gateways. The terms gods and goddesses, when applied to the Deific forces, the principles of African Kamaic cosmology, are grossly misleading. Western thought has imposed a patriarchal theory of far-off jealous God on the world. Therefore, to Westerners, all Africans' thoughts on things divine are reduced to pagan and Helpthan polytheism. Kamaic people call the one all divine by the Nubian hierophonic name Nutur, pronounced Nutur, N-T-U-R. They call the collective differentiated attributes or aspects of Natar and Tiar to the Neturu as Kamites in resurrection today. We do the same because Tiar was from the beginning. Natar was from the beginning, seen by our ancestors as the great cosmic mother, father, divinity, never solely a father god. In fact, the word God comes from the Teutonic Got, which invokes the patriarchal entity. We speak English, but our name for the divine must be in harmony with our most successful, happy now, Valley, Kamaic ancestors. The Neturu, pronounced Natiru, Neteru, are indwelling, differentiated zones of consciousness within a cosmic realm of none. The primordial mother mind, which we have the privilege and in this time the need to call forth at will. For example, you can rebirth yourself into a new condition or circumstance as you desire with a meditation of Bessie chant or the name of Meshnut is the rebirth Nitru. The God are expressed in female male complementariness, excuse me guys. Our Kamayat ancestors drew from the realm of nature those animals, birds, reptiles, insects, and even plants whose habits or behavior best described as represented the specific aspects of attributes of divinity. This was not animal worship. The signs, symbols, or types of implements that appear with the gods are tools that aid in the invocation of their forces or powers. During meditations, the names of the parentheses after the Kamaic names of the Natu are the foreign Greek derived names that most people are more familiar with. Gateway 0, Sacred Womb. Give me 1 second, guys. I am burning up in here. The energy is like, the temperature just rose when I got into this particular energy. Because I know, for one, we are tapping into that root chakra right now. This is root chakra healing, root chakra education, root chakra knowledge. And it is on fire in here. Lord have mercy on me. Let's get to this. Okay. So, Sacred Womb, Spiritual Guardian, Nut. Nut is the cosmic womb, the sky mother of heaven, who births all the fiery orbs, stars, plants, and constellations. Nut swallows the sun each evening and rebirths it each morning. Nut is the brain where ideas are proceed, giving birth to action. Jeb, the earth, Nituru, is consort to Nut. Western thought reversed the process so that God the Father dwells in the sky and the mother was brought to earth and reduced to a ghost. Albert Halley. Gate 1, Sacred Word, Spiritual Guardian Tahuti. Tahuti is the guardian attribute of the word and the patron of scribes. The inscribed glyphs on temple, tomb, obelisk, or sesh, papyrus, sesh, are the collective product of the Naturu Tahuti, 2 animals, an ibis, and the Cynocephalius, the dog-eared ape, are used to indicate this deity. Tahuti is present at the judgment scene and records the condition of the heart being weighed against Mayat's feather of truth. Tahuti's association with Mercury indicates that he has a messenger status. Tahuti is also associated with the moon. Tahuti is the indwelling wisdom word that Heru, the spiritual warrior, consults in the war against Set challenge. A priest or priestess wearing the mask of an abyss is present at the celebration of Wep Yenput, which marks the new year in the Happy Vow Nali. In addition, the ritual of stretching the cord is used to orient the foundation of temples, which is presided over by Tahuti and Shashesta, the Netiru of letters. As we continue, gateway number 2, sacred food, spiritual guardian, Ta-Ert. Ta-Ert, T-A-U-R-T, means earth. Tai, the great earth. She is the Neturu, the god, great earth mother, principal goddess, called Thoris by the Greeks. Ta-Ert is the provider of plenty, source of food and abundance. Her sign is hippopotamus, known for its fierce protectorship and nurturing of its younger calf. Ta-Ert is associated with the Great Bear constellation in the northern heavens. The crocodile and the hippopotamus are her emblems. The next gateway is Gateway 5, Sacred Movement. Spiritual Guardians Best. Best is a Tawa Anu, miscalled Pygmy, and is often depicted as a bearded, homely, comical dwarf. He is revered as the god of household pleasures such as music, dance, good food, and relaxation. Best is associated with protections of women and children during childbirth. As a protector and entertainer of children, Best is represented in figures placed around a child's room to ward off evil spirits and misfortune. Gateway 4, Sacred Beauty. Spiritual Guardian, Het Heru. Het Heru means house of the face, the goddess of beauty, joy, nurturing, and protection. She provides over the unification of the two lands. Het Heru is the sensual aspect of all women. She is cosmically in place in the western sky, which embraces the souls of the departed on their star journey through eternity. Het Heru activates the ministration, pre-creative principles through the art of sensuous dance. Okay, let's continue. Gate 5, Sacred Space, Spiritual Guardian, Nephet. Nephet means Lady of the House or Lady of the Hut. In the land of Asar, Nephet, Nephthys is the sister of Aset, Isis, and is the midwife of Heru, Horus, the child hero, known as the Lady of Shadows. She is associated with the black star Sirius B. Her orbit around her sister star, Aset, spotted, helps to maintain Aset spotted in her orbit. Both are harbingers of the rising of the Nile. Nephet teaches her sisterly art of cooperation as she assisted Aset in the reconstruction and reconstitution of the body of Osiris, the world's first crucified savior on record. Gateway 6, Sacred Healing. Give me 1 second, guys. All right, now let's continue. Gateway 6, Sacred Healing, Spiritual Guardian, Sekhmet. Sekhmet name means vital force. This goddess manifests as the scorching summer heat. She is the daughter of Ra and the consort of Patai. She is mother of Nefer Atum and Kameyik Adam, the perfected being who was born on the petals of a lotus. Sekhmet is the patron of all healers. Her activity manifests as the heart in fevers, which purges impurities. The Kameyik, Sonanutu, physicians, all invoked her healing powers. Gateway number 7, Sacred Relationships, Spiritual Guardian, Mayat. Mayat represents divine balance, cosmic order, the law and truth and measure, the weight property. Mayat represents divine balance, cosmic order, the law, the truth, the measure, the weight, property. With her symbol, the feather, Mayat presides over the weighing of her heart on Judgment Day, which, Kamaically speaking, in every day, all are expected to live according to divine Mayatan principles in order to be in spiritual harmony. The 42 laws of Mayat were the foundation of Kamaic morality, the Mosaic Decalogue, then 10 Commandments can be found within the first body of African Kamaic moral law. Gateway number 8, Sacred Union. Spiritual guardians, Aset. This is your spiritual guardian, Aset. Thousands of years before the Shamite story of Eve or Mary, mother of Jesus, Aset was history's first Madonna with her suckling child, Heru. As such, she is the warrior's first teacher. Her name means throne, and she is portrayed with a throne on her head. Aset is Aset is associated cosmically with the star Sopdet Sirius, whose helical rising ushers the inundation of the river Happy now. As such, she is seen as the nurturing mother who feeds her earthbound progeny through her impact upon the river. The legend of Aset and Asar shows her to be the prototype of the loving wife and mother. Along with her sister Nebhet, she constituted the body of her husband Asar after he was dismembered by his jealous brother Set. The next one is Gateway 9, Nefer Atum, Sacred Lotus Initiation. Spiritual guardian, Sehesta and Nefer Atum. Sehester name literally means secret. This goddess of letters is, with Mayat, consort to Tahuti, initiates in temple, studied the books of Shehesta to unlock the secrets of the divine life. Shesh is also the Kamaic word for papyrus, which makes her, along with Tahuti, the patron of scribes. Shehesta is associated with mathematics. She counts the years of her palm found. Her emblem is the 7-leafed blossom, coupled with a pair of upside-down horns. She also carries the scepter of the lotus flower of rebirth. Nefer Atum is the child of Ptah, the foundation, and Sekhmet, the healer. Nefer Atum is the guardian of all essential sacred oils that are used for aromatherapy to heighten and sweeten one's body, mind, and spirit. Nefer Atum represents spiritual illumination, divinity, purity, radiant beauty, and grace. Nefer Atum is symbolized by the lotus, the essence of supreme oneness, the divine with the divine. Okay, that is the Gateway 9. That was Gateway 9 on going through the initiations and experiencing your guardians helping you, initiate you, and putting you through a passage into womanhood. So this is your passagehood to womanhood, okay? And you have to go through each one of these 9 steps to successfully pass and to become initiate and to be crowned in your respected tribe, okay? So let's continue. Guardians and protectors of the 9 gateways of initiation. At the entrance of each gateway, we will be there for you, your spiritual guides, your ancestors, your elders, and your contemporaries. Spiritual guardians, the goddesses and gods, is an aspect of the Mother, Father, Creator, God, and dwelling spirit that lives in all of us to help guide us through life. Each of us has the power to connect with our guide in prayer and meditation and while performing sacred songs and dances. Ancestor. This is a blood or extended family member who has died and made the tradition into spirit world. This person is now in a position to render services to those who call out his or her name for spiritual guidance in the material world. The material world will be this world, the 3D world. Okay, so let's continue. It is hot, y'all. Elder means She is an elder member of your blood or extended family who carries the wisdom of the family. She may be someone you go to for advice, direction, the knowledge, the greater the respect you show toward your elders, the greater your blessings will be. Contemporary, the sacred woman. A contemporary is a woman from your peer group who inspires others by becoming a living example of a highly charged life in a particular area. A contemporary is this context in one who mastered a particular skill, attitude, profession, spiritual level, and the alike. So those are some terms that we will be using throughout this book, okay? So we're going to move into our next session, which is Rites of Passage, the 9 Gateways. Let's continue with the next message. Our people have experienced many kinds of lifestyles born out of disharmony and shaped by our heritage and slavery. A healing is needed to return us all to our innate divine order. A healing is indeed to usher the African power in harmony. We ask ourselves why the African people in the America and the Caribbean and various parts of the world are in such a state of disunity. It started more than 2,000 years ago when foreigners made war on us and stole our homeland. It is continued for hundreds of years ago when millennials of people were stolen away and sold into slavery. The result of incomprehensible trauma carried through our blood into the present day has been astronomical divorce rates between mates and a war between sisters and mothers, daughters, brothers, and fathers and sons. Before we were stolen, separated from our home in Mother Africa and our people, our traditions, and our way of life, we are a whole and healthy people. We have traditions that provided us with balance and harmony. The Holocaust that was Africanist left us as Negroes without our African land, culture, language, music, dance, customs, foods, religion, dress, and above all, without our Creator. It left us without our rites of passage from childhood to adulthood. It left us without a way to heal our scars. It left us without a healthy family life, for we are constantly being separated from our parents, children, husbands, and wives to be sent to faraway plantations as property, as slaves. Self-love was almost wiped out of us by an inhumane, imbalanced aggressor. Yet through it all, we were never separated from spirit. So we rise today as the undefeatable dark people we are. We ascend as surely as the sun rises and sets. Traditionally, in African tribal society, a systematic training was provided for entering womanhood or manhood. This training began at puberty and lasted for 2 to 4 years. These were our rites of passages. You do not go through life in hit or miss fashion, unsure of your direction, role, and purposes within the community. You were groomed to be responsible, intelligent, and a productive person. You were given the skills required for the collective success for your people. Today, however, when the woman and man come together in matrimony, they often experience misunderstandings because they have no experience. They have not experienced their rites of passage training. In the traditional Kamaic life, when conflict arises between a married couple, the elders come together to support the couple and to help them work out and heal any of all disturbances that they may have. In the way the problem is resolved by both sides of the family. And this helps to prevent divorce, fathers not caring for their children or their worth or their youth, or mothers or wives not being able to live up to their marriage vows. Both the man and woman may then be given further guidance and instruction on how to be productive, how to be a productive family. Because the family is in the foundation of the strong tribe, nation, and society. Without going through our rites, our passage, our guidance on how to be upright, women and men, there can be no healthy future. Without our rites of passage, we both, men and women, are lost. Life, productivity, direction, healing cannot go forward. So let us all strive at bringing back our rites of passage. For the young girls just coming into their womanness, for the mature women in need of deep reconnection with their sacredness. The sacred woman initiation is my effort to create our ancient rites from the perspective from my perspective as a contemporary healer. I pray that what I share with you what will add riches to your pot. Please draw from these teachings, what you need to move into your wholeness, move into a character with love and respect and appreciation of your beautiful African self as you unfold through the healing gateways of the sacred womanhood. So guys, I will be continuing with part 2 in just one moment. All right. Thank you guys for listening. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe to the video. If you like my vibe, thank you. I appreciate you guys. I will be back with part 2 of the Sacred Woman Initiation Energy. Let's continue. All right, tribe. We are back on part 2 of the Sacred Woman by Queen Afua. Okay. We're going to go ahead and continue with creating the Sacred Woman's Freedom Shawl. As you prepare to enter Gateway 1, undertake the following ritual project. Our grandmothers and great-grandmothers made quilts in a private mind, heart, and hand meditation, or in a circle of women, friends, and relatives. But it was always a woman's ritual making these quilts. Took pieces of cloth of different patterns and colors and unified them into one tapestry. Each piece was perfectly measured and sewn together in meditation or over interesting conversations that created a spirit of togetherness and joy and laughter. Such quilts became monuments to our history. Today, quilts of unity become garments of freedom for sacred women that can be worn as shawls or placed over your bed to protect you as you make your spiritual journey. Since ancient times, the working of cloth has been used to not only for clothing and cover, but also to mark special occasions or to announce information. Cloth art, like clothing, provided a fine place for social messages. It has also been used as a mimic device to record events or other data. 2, it was used to invoke magic, to protect, to secure fertility and riches, to the divine future. The spinning, weaving, and wrapping of cloth by women is an ancient practice dating back to our Archaic origins as early as the 4th millennium BCE. The women typically sat on low stools on the floor to spin. The loom was pegged out to the ground, and 2 weavers squatted on either side, moving the shuttle back and forth. As we, sacred women, in the making work our own cloth, we are stitching ourselves into a tapestry of liberation and healing ourselves with each thread we spin and each piece of cloth we sew as we embrace the new pieces of consciousness in our entry to each gateway. We are gathering ourselves into a cloth of unity. Okay, let's continue. Sewing the Freedom Shawl Quilt. Honoring the tradition of working cloth together is a reflection of our growth into our sacredness as liberated, empowered women. Another name for such a cloth is sesh, shanad, the Medu Neter Kameg word for health. For this shawl represents everything that is healthy and whole within a woman. It can be a shawl, a quilt, a blanket, a robe, a drape, or a wall hanging of a piece of art. The cloth represents Gateway Zero, the sacred womb and all the 9 gateways of initiation. The gold thread we use to sew these pieces of cloth as we make our journeys through the gateways ties together the lessons of what each gateway offers us. We will sew together the pieces of cloth that embody our wisdom, hope, visions, prayers, rest, and joy. We will mend the fabric of ourselves and our lives from one gateway to the next. Into our Seneb, we incorporate all that we have learned from studying and mastering our lessons. And that word is spelled Senab. Building upon knowledge of our sacred circle, receiving and sharing all that is needed to become a sacred woman, our sacred quilt or shawl is composed of 10 pieces of cloth. It will be a design of beautiful, enlightening, life-giving colors that represent our hard-won wisdom. During our initiatory journey through sacred women, we keep weaving or sewing together the various pieces representing the stages of our development as a whole woman. When we are done, we will have a quilt of shawl that will keep us warm from the cold and will spread over our life to protect and comfort us in spirit when needed. It will soothe us when healing is, pretty sure it's when healing is taking place. Shield us when it's too hot in life's kitchen, and wrap around us like a skirt to bring out our regal beauty. We drape it over our shoulders as a shawl when calling for strength to take care of the serious businesses at hand. We wear it as we walk the land or place it around our shoulders as we go fro in the land of the world, or rest it at the edge of our bed when we need to contemplate what direction to take next. These 10 pieces of sacred cloth are all born out of inspired by the wombs of the first mothers. Once each piece is joined to another through the gathering of our sacred selves, a rich and color-filled tapestry will emerge, a legacy of our true womanhood for all time, and we may pass the cloth on to our daughters as a powerful legacy for them, just as our first mothers passed on the legacy of the original sacred woman to all other women seeking wholeness. And we are tapping into the first prayer shawl. I will end this video and make a part 2 to finish up this particular chapter. So guys, I will be with you momentarily for part 2 of the Divine in Us, building the sacred womb, initiation, informational guidance. We are here to always lead, guide, and give out the accurate information from the divine. Thank you guys for your likes, your shares, and your comments. I will see you guys soon. If this If you do like these videos, please let me know. All right, thank you, and I'll talk to you soon. Peace.